Well, the pets went to the park without us. Folks, welcome to our 100th episode, our 100th Periscope. Our 100th, that's a pretty big deal. Both the cat and the dog, and you just saw the cat run that away.
Formerly the cat and the dog, now the dog.
Oh, he'll come back. He just wasn't thrilled that he saw what he thought might be a jogger in the park. Anyways, they demanded, as usual, that we go for after show walkies, and Jim had a rough day. We've had a rough week. For those who may not have listened to the show, please do so. We just spent the last couple of days in a house full of fans. And not the good kind, like, oh, they like us and they're cheering for us. No, not that kind of fans, but giant industrial trying to dry the carpet because you've just been flooded fans. And that kind of made our show tonight a little difficult. I spent most of the day yesterday getting zapped as I tried to unplug things since our house was underwater, not in a financial way, but in a literal way. And we did manage to save the studio, and we did manage to save ourselves. We haven't had a hot shower in 2 days and won't for another day or two. But we're here. We're here. Yeah, being flooded in Vegas, that is a special skill that only we could accomplish. But we managed, and we made it through, and we had, I think, what was a really good show today. We had fantastic guests. We had some fun skits. We had some lively banter on Facebook and Twitter. Our chat was down, but I am learning how to fix that, so we might actually have our very own CounterCultureWISE page on Freedomizer Radio that has our own chat.
That would rock. Yeah,
and as I'm learning how to do that and hashtag learn how to code, learn to code, I'm actually fixing that. So soon our live chat will be back up and running as I'm figuring that out, because we've been having issues with our servers and blah, blah, blah. I don't even go down that path. But I think we really had a good show today.
I thought it was really good.
I'm sorry we didn't get to gym class, and I'm sorry that the Gospel According to Melanie kind of closed the show.
Oh, I'm not bothered by it at all.
I was in preacher mode. And there were some things that needed to be said.
Absolutely.
We have family members that are part of the whole Pride thing, and I'm frustrated with what that's become. So, yeah, there was some push and pull there. We had a lot of fun with our skit with the little soy-infused crybaby who got Crowder deplatformed, and a few other things. And Jim, I literally just got out of bed and kind of blackmail / boo-boo faced him into coming on this walk. So Jim, what would you like to say to our loyal listeners on our 100th episode?
Oh, hi. No, thank you.
I didn't wake him up. He was awake.
No, that's okay. Let's at least tell the truth here. I was asleep. It's okay. I don't mind.
You don't speak back to me when you're asleep.
Melanie, I don't want to go into whether I was asleep or awake. I was asleep. That's fine. For the 100.
Thank you for your sacrifice, sir.
Thank you. You're welcome. I am very proud that we've made this milestone.
This is a big deal.
It is a big deal. Just don't wake me up next week and say, it'll be our 101st, so you really ought to wake up.
I would never do that to you.
I'm not.
I wasn't going to do that to you tonight. I was actually going to do this alone.
No, I'm glad you asked. And normally, if it weren't 100, I would have said, have fun, honey, but it's 100.
If it weren't 100, I would have done it alone and not asked you.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see myself doing it without you. It would have felt wrong.
I think Max is nowhere to be seen because there's a dog.
No, he's back there.
Yeah.
What do you mean because there's a dog?
Max
Max doesn't care about dogs. Oh, there's like a random dog.
On a leash. The guy's holding him on a leash. So, yeah, it's a random dog, but it is a dog.
Max is fine. He's behind us. He'll catch up.
But yeah, I never thought we'd reach a first, let alone 100th. So,
well, there you go.
Thanks to our listeners and our watchers for being so loyal to us. We do appreciate it very much.
Thank you. She is beautiful. It's a dog with a person, they're saying. Well, it's a cat walking his dog who's walking their people. So that's kind of how that works.
Yeah. And I did think we had an amazing show.
I thought we did too. I thought we had a great show.
We'll have another one coming up in about a week from now.
I love it when we have interviews. The people that... It was pre-recorded, which we don't typically do, but at the same time, it was really fun.
Yeah, it was.
Super people, great show, amazing writer.
Yeah.
And if you are going to be in the Las Vegas area, do check out the Fringe Festival. Specifically, what's the name of the show?
Eagle River.
Eagle River.
My friend Matt Martello, who's an excellent playwright, and it's going to be a really good show.
Yeah, Jim's actually been in a couple of his plays. In fact, you were in Fringe last year, right?
Might have been 2 years ago.
This one was last year.
Anyway.
No, we attended Fringe last year. What do you see, Abby? Max is like, what do you see, Abby? It's like, that looks like a doggy that is not my doggy. We just got reminded, remember what Darren LaCroix says.
Yeah.
Done is better than perfect.
This is true.
Perfectionists are never done.
Well, yeah, if more people were perfectionists, we'd have a lot less art and literature and...
Sometimes it's the imperfections that make it art.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too philosophical because I'm half awake.
Because you're half awake. Well, hey, half is better than normal. It's like headlights. Why am I in headlights? What are you all of a sudden woof about? You don't woof. And he's true. He says you've done 100 more shows than people who are wringing their hands and never start.
Well, it's like when I produced a show in Seattle that I was also an actor in. I mean, a lot of people talk about how they wish they could do it, but, you know, my friend and I, we rolled up our sleeves and did it.
You did it.
And a lot of people say they wish they could be an improv actor or a stage actor.
Or an
in
author.
The internet, or an author.
When I get my $2.36 royalty check, yeah, I could sit there and say, okay, I'm a total failure, what a joke. And then I think, wait a minute, I published a freaking book. Yeah, my royalties are not, you know, Stephen King royalties, but I published a freaking book.
In Las Vegas. I'm an actor in Las Vegas.
You are an actor on the Las Vegas Strip. There's like a handful of people who can say that.
It's true. But I went and did it.
You did it.
You wrote a book. You've written several books.
And we host a radio show. And now we have actual people who send us super hearts. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Know what I mean?
we have people who buy our merch. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Know what I mean?
We have people who know our names and follow us and subscribe, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, on YouTube and BitChute and
all those other usual places.
All those other usual places. We have people who tune into our live show and join our live chat and call themselves fans, and that is such an honor.
It is. And it's an honor for us to be able to present all of this to you.
It is. It's such an honor. We love what we do, and we love those who support us, and we will never let you down. Even when our house is flooded and there's fans of not the good kind everywhere, and our house is completely torn apart and half of our furniture is in the backyard, we're still going to put on a show.
Absolutely.
And
it's a proud showbiz tradition. The show must go on.
The show must go on, even with broken legs, broken water heaters, flooded houses, not being able to afford to make it down the street. We're here because this is our passion, and you are the reason we're here. So yes, this is a relatively brief one tonight, but you got to see the dog, you got to see the cat, you got to see the roly-poly puppy, which I mean really is the whole reason people tune in right there.
Righto.
And we even got Jim out of bed. Jim, would you like to have your mug shot up? No? Okay. He's like, no, I'm too tired to have I'm too tired to have my face on screen. I get it. Abby says she will always be the spokes dog.
And Max will always be the kitty, spokes cat.
And for those who are listening who didn't hear the show, that show will be up in the next 24 hours on Spotify and iTunes, and then of course on our website, CounterCultureWISE.com. And we had a few things to say about the current adpocalypse going on.
It's kind of sad.
About, Pride Month, and it's probably not what you think. People judge us because we even say the words, but it's probably not what you think.
Probably not.
And Abby and Max took the night off.
They did.
Other than walkies, because that was just going to happen no matter what.
Indeed.
So, speaking of which, you guys want to catch up? Both of you?
Superior commercial. Not a sponsor.
All right. Well, we are going to head home to our wet and wonderful house. Our joke yesterday was that as much as Abby loves to swim, she's enjoying swimming in the carpet. So we're going to head back where our carpet's almost dry enough that our dog can no longer swim in it. And we'll let poor Jim go back to sleep because he worked a full day today and has to tomorrow. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in.
And thanks for being a loyal listener to our show and supporting us. It means more to us than you'll ever know.
And whatever you do today, go forth in kindness. Be kind to each other.
Be kind to animals.
Be kind to animals.
Hello, Max.
Especially orange tabbies. Sweet orange tabbies. And most of all,
be kind to yourself.
Ooh, we got a super heart. Thank you.
Greetings and salutations, Freedomizer listeners! This is Maximilian von Riegelbieser inviting you and yours to listen to me and mine. Join me, my sisters Abby and Fritzy, and my weekly guests, my father Jim and Mumsy Melanie, for CounterCultureWISE.
Max, it's not your show.
And we're not your guests, Max. We're the hosts. You may want to rein it in a little bit, buddy. Very well. Tune in for CounterCultureWISE every Sunday night at 6 p.m. on FreedomizerRadio.com. If you ask me, though, it should be called Counterculture Max.
CounterCultureWISE. Radio with heart in mind. In case you were wondering, you can't see because it's dark, but this is the sound. This is our flooded house, and all the fans, and all our furniture shoved in one place, and the cat and the dog who are expecting treats. But yeah, this is the mess of a house that's like all slammed into one side. We still did our show though, we still did it, and can't thank you guys enough for being there for us, even as we're trying to do a show with all this mess going on. If you can even hear me, but all the way down the hallway into our bedroom, everywhere you look there's some crazy fan, and not the type of fan like Lady Gaga gets, but the type of fan you get when your house is flooded. So, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's see if we can get Max to do his trick. Now, come here. Come here, bubby. Fist bump. Yes, kitty. Fist bump. Good boy. Thanks, everybody.